Okay, folks, make a start with BBC Radio Leicester, please.
Brendan, hi. Ian Stringer up in the commentary box here. I wonder how you react to that one. An incredible team, quite clearly, but you hung in the game for quite a while. What's your reaction?
Yeah, I think the first hour of the game, Ian, we were defensively solid and strong. Didn't give away so much. Probably not. We certainly weren't as efficient with the ball. But defensively, we were okay. I think in the moments that we did play through, we could have been a threat, and then it looked like we'd maybe made the breakthrough at the end of the first half with Jamie's effort. But no, we're disappointed with the 2 goals. We could have been better with those. We just got a little bit disorganised and left De Bruyne, the opportunity to turn 25 yards out from goal, and they get in, and then the second goal comes from a throw-in, which we'd spoken about beforehand. But listen, we lost to the better team. The players kept going, they kept fighting. We had some chances, good chances in the game. Matters had a good chance. Yuri's made a great run. He gets up there. But we can have no complaints. We weren't as efficient as what we'd have liked to have been.
How hard is it to be as efficient with the ball, as you've already mentioned, when Manchester City is so quick to just restrict and reduce all of that space, particularly in the middle of the park?
Yeah, but I think it was also us as well. We probably didn't quite make the better decisions with the ball either. Our idea was to try and exploit the sides, and at times we were bringing it in central too early. But yeah, listen, they're a fantastic team. You see the likes of Raheem coming into the game, and he's a world-class player, and the changes that they can make. So listen, there's no shame. We've played them twice. We've won a great game up at their place. We've lost today, and we'll look at it 24 hours. We'll be disappointed, but we'll have a good week next week. We have all the players back from international duty. Likes of Wilf and Kelechi, they're back, late Thursday night from Nigeria, and lots of travel, a lot of the international players playing a lot of games, and we probably just weren't as, like I said, just as sharp as what we'd been in our last game here against Man United. But yeah, that's the way it goes. We'll go again.
Brendan, I know you always try and learn quite clearly as much as you can from games, and you just said just now that you'll look back at it in 24 hours and see what you can learn as a group. But your early indications, what would you like your players to learn from this performance today?
I just think we just got to switch on to certain moments. I think we, in that period when we conceded the goal, we just started to chase the game a little bit. And this is a game and a team that if you open up your spaces, they have that massive quality to hurt you. So, but also, as I said, that bit more quality with the ball. We weren't as technically as strong as what we've been in a lot of our games. And even though they put the pressure on, but we still can be better and play that little bit quicker in a combination play. But yeah, that's been super critical.
Brendan, there's a bit of confusion. I wonder whether you can help regarding Çağlar Soyuncu. Some of the players that played for Turkey are back and are out playing for their clubs, but Çağlar isn't. I wonder whether you can clear up what the situation is there.
Yeah, very simple. There was a number of the players in Turkey that were had a positive test for COVID, and he was one of those players. So he's still out there in Turkey in a bubble with the national team. So we're working at the best process to get him back and available.
So he's COVID positive.
Yes.
Is he okay? Kind of symptoms wise, is he? I guess it must be difficult for your medical team to try and manage from afar. But I guess ultimately, Foxes fans will just want to know that he's coping okay with the virus.
Yeah, absolutely. He's fine. He obviously had a number of negative tests whilst he was away playing, and just before he was coming back, there was a number of them were positive. So we're just in the process with the club and the federation out there, looking at the options, and hopefully, like I say, we can get him back and obviously get him playing as soon as we can.
And finally, from me, Brendan, if you wouldn't mind, a historic day for a Thai footballer to be on the bench and possibly almost make a Premier League debut, for which I think Tanawatsu Jitawan would have been a history maker if he'd made his way onto the field. He didn't, but he found his way onto the bench. I know the owners will be very proud because he's a Thai national. What can you tell us about the player and why you've selected him on the bench? What are his best attributes, Brendan? Because we've not seen a great deal of him. I know he's played under 23s.
Yeah, you probably have seen a little bit of him in the under-23s. He scored recently a couple of goals against Manchester United. Attacking midfield player, brilliant technician, small in stature, but plays big on the field. He's great quality, and you see him playing on a daily basis with with our top players. Then he copes and doesn't look out of place. So yeah, it's a little nudge for his development. He's, as I said, he's a gifted player. And like we've had a lot of the younger players been involved with us. They've had some game time starting and coming off the bench, and he's one of the young guys that's been training with us, and he's top player technically. So we'll see how he develops.
I know you can't be sentimental about this, Brendan, but a Thai national in the side, Thai owners, and it would have been the late Kumvishai's birthday this weekend. It's quite fitting. I know he didn't get on the pitch, but I am a sentimental old sausage, Brendan, as well,
Yeah, and you're trying to make me not be.
Thanks for your time, and thanks for being so candid today.
Good lad. Thanks, Ian. Thank you.
Okay, we've got time for a couple more. We'll take Sam Lee, please.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Sam.
Just
Okay,
next one.
Sam, your connection's not great, so we'll go to Jim Conlon then, please.
small detail there. You mentioned a look out for.
Hi, Brendan. Brendan, in terms of that game there today, you mentioned Kevin De Bruyne's influence there, and that was particularly noted for the second goal. That killer ball that he put through, there was no coming back after that really for you there today. Even at 1-0, you were still very much in that game.
Yeah, I think we were disappointed with the first goal, but as you say, Jim, you're always in it, and we had made a few moments breaking through and looking like we could create something. But like you say, he's so gifted. Technically, he's obviously arguably the world's best midfield player, and everything he does is with a huge quality. And as you've seen in his pass, it's a brilliant pass that sets up the goal.
Yeah, and Brendan, just one more from me. In terms of there were opportunities there, and I suppose Jamie Vardy just a yard more, you were maybe onside. If it had gone for you, you would have been going into the break 1-0 up at halftime, and very much a different game could have been on the cards in the second half. Yeah,
I think it's one that we defended well. We weren't as good with the ball, but we certainly had a couple of moments in the first half, and that was a moment when we arrived into a good area, and unfortunately, it was just offside. He finished it really well without knowing he was off. But yeah, if you can get in front, then of course that can help. But it wasn't to be.
Cheers, Brendan.
Thanks, Jim.
I'm going to take two more, one from Jordan and one from James Cooper. So Jordan Blackwell first, please.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Jordan.
I know you've just spoken about Charla. Do you have any idea of when he might be back? Do you think he'll be available for the West Ham game next weekend?
I very much doubt so. I think with obviously the requirements of isolation and everything else, that's what we're working out over there. So the club is working with the Turkish Federation just to confirm where we're at. But I would think that he's highly unlikely to play in that game.
Okay, and one more, if you wouldn't mind. When you see a team like Manchester City play like that, do you feel like it's possible to get this Leicester team to that level, or is it kind of an unreachable level, the way Man City are able to play?
Well, if you can get me 500 million, then we probably won't be too far off it. But no, the incredible team. I think we're if you see how we try to play, our idea of football is there. Of course, when you're that level and that that quality of manager. He's the best in the world for me, Pep. He's an incredible operator in his work, but he also, like you say, hugely gifted players that can do every facet of the game that you want in terms of running ability, technically immaculate, tactically strong, and of course the top players are always ambitious. So yeah, but I think that you've seen our last game against Manchester United, pressed the game well, passed the ball well, and that's what we've been developing over these last couple of years. So hopefully, if I can be here for the 4 or 5 years, Pep's been in charge, we can consistently improve and get better.
Thanks very much, Brendan.
Cheers, Jordan. Thank you.
Okay, finally, James Cooper then, please.
Hiya, Brendan. Just a little bit of clarity on Sernchu. It sounds as though that's exactly what you're looking for in terms of clarity and finding out where you're at. It sounds as though there aren't many certainties as to when you can expect him back playing or even back in the country.
Yeah, again, we're in that process of seeing what's going to be the best. There's regulations around it because he's been away internationally and he's had COVID over there. So yeah, the most important thing, he's good, he's feeling fine, and like I say, we'll go through now a process of seeing when he'll be back.
Cheers, Brendan. Thank you.
Cheers, James. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.